So for this video, I'm going to show you how to take the Lego that we created inside Tinkercad and scale it down, add initials, check for gaps, and get it ready for the 3D printer. So let's go and get started. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go over to our Lego project, click on the gear, click on duplicate. It's going to create a copy of our file name. It's going to click on that, and at the end of where we have our period for this class, we're going to type in the word print and delete the words copy of. So the file name for this project should be your first name, first letter of your last name, the name of the project, the period that you have in the class, and then the word print. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you have your initials on the front of your Lego. In order to do that, I'll go ahead and group this, bring out my text tool. Now we're going to use the cruise feature, so as long as I don't let go of this text tool, it'll go along the edge of whatever I'm dragging it against. So there is the front of my Lego. I'm going to change the type of the font to sans, and then I'm going to delete the word text and change it to my initials and add it to the front. So right now it's just sitting on the very front of this Lego. What I would like to do is push this a little bit back into the Lego itself. So about half of my initials inside the Lego and half of it sticking out. I can change the color if I want. And I want to group the initials to the Lego. After you have your initials attached, you want to look around your Lego and check for any gaps, any floating pieces. One way to check for floating pieces is click off of your design, hold down Control, and tap the letter A, and it'll select everything inside of your design. So let's pretend I had a small piece of a Lego off to the side and I forgot about it. If I hold down Control A, you're going to see that I have this selection tool going around something that's over here on the left hand side. So if I go over here, I'll be able to see that I have an extra piece that I need to delete. After you check for any gaps or any extra pieces, we're going to go ahead and take this Lego and scale it down. So what you could do is you could hold down Shift on your keyboard, keep holding down Shift. I'm going to grab the white square on top. I'm going to move around my Lego. I can let go of Shift at this point. I'm going to type in the number that's here. Click on that. I'm going to change it to 40, and it's going to evenly scale down my Lego. If I don't hold down Shift, it's going to start distorting my Lego. So you want to make sure that when you are resizing your Lego, you're holding down Shift. You can move that white square around, click on the number, change it to 40, and this whole Lego will be scaled all the way around without distorting your design. Now what we want to do is we want to rotate this 3D model. So the reason why we're rotating these 3D models is because there's going to be support materials that hold up certain parts of this 3D model. There'll be support material printed under any part that is hanging over, so these arms can't be printed in mid-air, so there'll be some support material printed under the arms. Similar to the back of the robot, there's going to be some support material printed on the back of the Lego to hold the head of the Lego up. So there are going to be some overhangs here. Anything that is not straight up and down is going to have some support material under it. You can see on the back here of this 3D model where the support material was. So it does create a rough surface. It does need some sanding and a little bit more work, and we don't want that support material to be on some of the main parts of this 3D model. I'm going to go around the side view. Right now I'm looking at this from the left view. If I'm looking at my view cube here, I'm going to click on the arch and then click on the 0 to change this to negative 90 degrees. Sometimes if you put negative 90 degrees, it might do the opposite of what we're trying to do, but what we do want to do is make the head go towards the back. Remember that this is the front. So if we bring this over to the wooden work plane, this is the front here, and we want the head pointing towards the back. So I'm going to click on this arch here, click on the 0, and let's try negative 90 degrees. And I got lucky. Sometimes it might do the opposite, and you might just have to change this to positive 90 degrees. Now what we want to do is make sure that our Lego is flat on the work plane. So I have this black triangle. I'm going to move it up and down to activate this number that pops up. This is just showing the distance that our Lego is from the work plane. So I'm going to click on that, type in 0, so that our Lego is flat. Make sure that your Lego is facing up. The initials should be facing up. So before we click on export, make sure that you did change your file name. It should be your first name, first letter of your last name, the name of the project, the period you have in class, and then the word print. And then let's click on export, and we're going to export this as an STL. This file is going to go to your downloads folder. This will be the file that you attach to the prepare to print Lego project. So if you have any questions of how to fix the gaps inside your Lego, how to rotate the Lego, how to scale it down, how to add the initials to the front of your Lego, go ahead and let me know.
Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And feel free to watch any of the other related videos.